You're listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
This is Tiger Cats at the half, presented by My Insurance Broker. Bubba O'Neil along with Andy Fantuz. Halftime. 30 minutes of preseason football played at Molson Stadium. The Tiger Cats down by 19 to 18 to the Alouettes in a very interesting, strangely paced a quarter of these half of football where you saw some preseason-like stuff with the penalties and some bad hits, but also some big plays, Andy.
Yeah, it was a little mix of everything there. A little bit of miscommunications, poor timing and execution between quarterback receiver on both sides, but there were some fantastic plays. It started off with that big 51-yard run from Matthew Schultz in the first drive, which led to the opening field goal, and then kind of concluded with the Ticats also in the positive side with the Terry Godwin drive, as they say, where he had the big 49-yard one-handed catch, followed up immediately by the 21-yard touchdown, which was a great throw by Matthew Schultz and a good read by Terry Godwin to cut off the corner a little short and early against the cut coverage.
Let's evaluate Matthew Schultz in his first appearance in this preseason. I'm going to say it was kind of rough, and I say it not rough in the sense that his performance was rough, but he got beat up a little bit.
he did. The Alouettes threw a number of blitzes at him, and you got to give Matthew Schultz credit for recognizing the blitz. I thought he did an excellent job of that in hanging in there and delivering the throw under pressure and getting. He did take a couple big hits, including a couple unnecessary roughness penalty, or one unnecessary roughness penalty, but he did hit the floor a few times. Overall, I think his performance was up and down. I think he will be the first to say he missed some throws. He was set 12 for 16 for 162 yards. However, a couple of the passes had to be one-handed catches. We saw the Terry Godwin one. We saw the Fleet Davis one-handed catch on the screen pass in the middle, and a couple others that were just not in a great place for the receiver to do something with the ball. A little late on the timing, and didn't allow the receiver to get as much yak as they could have. But he did respond well and hit that Terry Godwin corner route. He made a great read on the Richie Sandani kind of sort of glance post over the middle for the touchdown earlier in the second quarter. But he did miss. He missed a couple corner routes earlier to Keandre Smith. One was short, one was long. So yeah, I think it was a mixed half from him. But that you do see what he brings to the table with that big 51-yard run, and we both looked at each other thinking, "Whoa." We knew he had speed. We kept saying that last year over and over, but again, he just turned our heads and surprised us with that burst.
And you identified some outstanding downfield blocking as well, too, on that run.
Yeah, a bunch of the players were doing a great job, but Felix Grand-Gauthier in particular, he threw one guy to the floor and didn't stay there to celebrate that. He went immediately to the next level and got a nice block and let Matthew Schultz get an extra 10 yards. So what would have, might have been a 40-yard run turned into a 50-yard, 1-yard run, and that's just high-quality execution and football knowledge from Felix Grand-Gauthier there to, if you made the block, go next level and go next level fast, as Jeff Reinbold always says.
Speaking of running and blocking, I think Tayon Fleet Davis, the rookie running back out of Maryland, I think he's got a spot on this team.
Well, we saw a couple great catches. I already mentioned the one-hander, and that was, it was a short pass, but he still had to react quickly. And anytime there's an incomplete pass over the middle like that, there's danger. So he made a great catch on that. And then I think it's like 2 days before that, he made an outstretched catch on a swing pass, and then kind of put on the brakes, and guy barely even touched him, and he ran for a first down. So he certainly shows a lot of potential in the passing game. Yet, the jury's still out in the running game. We haven't seen him have too many opportunities.
He looks comfortable, though.
He does. He does look comfortable out there, and he did get the start tonight, and he was number 2 last week, so he got a few carries. Well, it's hard to say that there's always a spot guaranteed for anybody when you're a backup player, especially international, like an American player. But he's making he's making a case for himself to be on this team.
I think bit of a downer was seeing Alex Fontana go down. I don't know if he's got a starting position on this team, but certainly his leadership, his veteran leadership, his ability to play the center position, if there was ever an injury to David Beard or whatever, and I know Fontana can play a couple of different positions, so to see him go down, who has had previous knee issues last year, bit of a downer, I would say.
Yeah, it's disappointing. And you mentioned that he can slide around and play different positions. He does have experience in this league. He is just coming off an extension with the Cats, so obviously the coaches see the same thing that we see, that he's a valuable asset to this team, both in leadership, in versatility, to be a backup to any position, or potentially a starter down the road. But hopefully it's not too serious, and he'll be back on the field sooner than later.
Defense now, again, kind of a mix of different guys playing against a more senior Montreal Alouettes offense, especially in the first quarter, led by the likes of Cody Fajardo, who I thought, there was times I thought to myself, he looks like Trevor Harris, just distributing the ball, same short passes, kind of picking on Hamilton in a sort of a bend, don't break situation.
Yeah. The Ticats rush got their hands on Cody a couple times, but he was able to escape that pressure and deliver the ball downfield. I was impressed with. We talked about earlier in the pregame about the communication in the backfield, in the defensive backfield, and we did see a few times that there was a lot of early motion before the snap, and I thought the communication was very good between defensive backs and linebackers, and there weren't any mental breakdowns or coverage breakdowns. You'd like to see a little bit more aggressiveness on those receivers and tight coverage, but no glaring missed tackles. We saw Roger Cray Jr. make another couple nice tackles. We saw Kenneth George Jr. come and knife in on some bigger players to make a tackle, so throwing his body on the line, and Mark Washington and Orlando are going to love to see that. So overall, the defense played all right. You just like to see them tighten it up a bit and play a little more aggressive.
One more half of football to go for a lot of these guys. Now it's really a time, as we're running out of time here, but you've got to put it all on the line right now.
Yeah, your last chance to shine, and you can't be that good. Couple key major penalties. You got to avoid that, especially if you're a guy in the bubble. That's just almost an easy decision maker right there. So can't have any more of those. But keep making plays. Terry Godwin out there making a few ones, and we'll see who steps up in the second half. But I'm looking forward to some more competition here coming up.
As we get ready for the second half, it is the Montreal Alouettes leading the Hamilton Tiger Cats 19-18 through 30 minutes of football. Up next, it is RJ and Luke from the broadcast booth, and we are live on the Ticats Audio Network.